31-year-old Gervonta Davis was arrested yesterday.
The Mac is back. April 11th. Makhmudov!
What's good, fight fans? This is your host, Johnny, and we're on Gloves Off. Let's get right into it. Gervonta Tank Davis was arrested. I'm not going to get into the allegations, respectfully, for the victims, alleged victims, as well as Gervonta Tank Davis. And I want to stick to boxing. Boxing fans, we don't just invest in the fights. Essentially, we invest emotionally. With Gervonta Tank Davis, he doesn't fight often, maybe twice a year before. He has a lot of issues outside of boxing, which forces him to take time off. You know, as boxing fans, we don't like that, essentially. We want him to fight big fights and just always fight because, you know, Gervonta Tank Davis, like, no doubt, he is an entertaining fighter. He's a pay-per-view draw. He's fun to watch. You know, people will say he's elite. We haven't seen Gervonta Tank Davis fight great opposition. We wanted to see the rematch with Roach. That didn't play out for some reason. He was supposed to fight Jake Paul, but that didn't go through because of the issues outside of boxing. Yeah, man, it's kind of disappointing, you know, it lets the fans down. Gervonta Davis being out so much, I think his momentum comes down. I think boxing fans start to forget who he is, and unfortunately, you know, this is how it happens because boxing is like you gotta stay active, and with Gervonta's issues outside of boxing, doesn't allow him to be active, doesn't allow him to be a great boxer. What really happened to Gervonta Davis? Did he lose the passion, the love of the sport? He might have. You know, he's made so much money, and he's got so much fame. You know, looking at this from a bigger picture, fame does take a toll on fighters, fame and money, you know, and we don't know how that feels because we're not in their position. So I can only imagine what he has to go through as a fighter, but I'm not giving him an excuse for anything that he's allegedly has done outside of boxing. I just wanted to say, like, I'm a human, and I try to look at people as humans and not just boxers and not just like machines. I look at him from a human perspective. Why is this? Why is that? You know, I have to question. And I know as a superstar fighter, it could be hard having all that pressure on you, having to be the breadwinner of your family, you know, blase. So with these things happening to Gervonta Davis, I think this might affect his boxing legacy. How much can fans put up with all this? How much fans can put up with you, you know, if you keep letting them down emotionally? How much can we still put Gervonta Tank Davis on a pedestal? If Gervonta Davis were to get his act together outside of boxing, and then that translates to inside the boxing where he wants to return, wants to put back the passion, wants to take it serious, wants to fight big fights, can he rewrite his legacy? Can we rewrite his history? I think boxing gives you that chance. I think boxing can give him that chance. But like I said, that's what if. That's a what if. Who knows? All right, let's talk about Tyson Fury returning to boxing after retiring again and returning again. I think it's like the 5th time that Tyson Fury has done this. So nobody's surprised. You know, nobody really takes Tyson Fury serious now when he retires and then he comes back and announces a big fight. What does this mean for us? I mean, Tyson Fury is a very entertaining fighter. He's very talented, very smart, very great at what he does, and he's one of the greats, you know, in the heavyweight division for sure. So I'm excited to see Tyson Fury fighting again. Honestly, I think anywhere he fights, I'm gonna watch because I know he's gonna put a good boxing match. And he returns on Netflix. His next fight is on Netflix. Oh my God, like that is amazing. Like he's on a big platform on Netflix. What does this mean for Tyson Fury to get on Netflix? I think it's bigger exposure. I think it's going to move him globally. And this is great for boxing because now we're seeing more fights on Netflix. And Netflix is a huge platform. So they're gonna put it on millions of subscribers that they have. And this is going to be great for boxing. I think this is just the beginning of Netflix and boxing growing and growing and growing. And we're going to see bigger matchups, bigger matchups, and more matchups on Netflix. And I'm excited to see because all you got to do is be subscribed and watch. So it's great. With Tyson Fury returning, what does this mean? Is this more about legacy? Is this more about money? I think he just really is passionate about boxing. You know, he's even said it. He's like, it's hard for him to quit because this is what he loves to do. I just think he feels a thrill when he gets back into that, you know, fight in a real fight. I think it just brings something to him. And I think it's really about legacy. It's really about passion for Tyson Fury. I think he has all the money in the world. I mean, look, he's fought Usyk twice, and he's fight on big fight cards with Usyk, and he's made a lot of money. Come on now, he's made so much money for the rest of his life. He's gonna be okay. So that's why I don't think this is about money. I think this is about legacy. I think this is about his pride. I think this is about just doing it because he has it in him. And I think he's going to fight until he can't fight anymore. Tyson Fury does have a great opponent ahead of him. Aslanbek Markmudov, he's no slouch. And that's what I like about Tyson Fury. He don't pick easy fights. So shout out to Tyson Fury. Like I said, I think it's more about legacy. But between Tank and Tyson Fury, who has more pressure? What do you guys think? Who controls a boxer's legacy? The fans or the boxer themselves? Let me know in the comments. And be respectful to situations that are going on. I just want to put that disclaimer. But let me know. And thank you guys for joining Gloves Off with Johnny. See you next time. Peace and love.